I awoke among the ashes, my body a canvas of scars, broken yet alive, in a place where hope had long been consumed by fire. The dragon's flames hadn't destroyed me. They had transformed me into something other. But oh, how the world whispered my name in shadows. Could the mother of dragons truly rise from the grave of her own making? I carried within me a secret that yearned to be uncovered. I remember the cold kiss of betrayal, the warmth of love mingling with the chill of death. In that moment, I felt eternity, a void so deep it consumed me whole, but death did not claim me. Something older, ancient as the world itself, awoke within. Amid the wreckage, a shard of obsidian caught my eye, pulsing with a warmth that was almost alive. Valyrian runes whispered secrets to my soul, secrets none alive should comprehend. Visions crashed upon me like waves, shadows in crowns of gold, wolves weeping in snow, a child with my eyes upon a mountain of bones. Was I chosen? A flame unquenched, I wandered through the charred remains of my reign, unseen yet yearning for solace, a spectre of my former self walking among ashes. What good is a crown of ash? I am an echo of my dreams. The girl who wanted to rule, now a woman haunting her own grave. In the darkness, I found a red priestess whose eyes burned like the fire I had once commanded. She called me Azor Ahai Reborn, prophecy incarnate. You are the flame, Daenerys. Rise and fulfill what the world has long forgotten, she said softly. Yet there was a weight in her voice that resonated deeply within me. Together we traveled east, wrapped in the cloak of night, hunted by the whispers of a realm that sought to forget me. But fury was my companion, my only friend. Each night brought dreams of dragons circling black towers, fire raining down from the heavens, calling me back to my roots. I bathed in dragonfire once more, and instead of burning, I felt reborn, a phoenix rising from the flames. What new power had I unlocked? A new dragon, silent, silver-scaled, birthed from blood and flame, bound to me by a force deeper than fire itself. I no longer sought the Iron Throne, I sought to fulfill the prophecy that the world had forgotten. A reckoning loomed, and through me it would rise. The crown of ashes would not define me. I would reshape the world itself. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you embrace the fire or let it consume you? Could you stand still while the world burned around you? As word spread of a pale queen gathering strength in the east, the lords of Westeros stirred in fear. But I marched not with armies, I marched with visions, flame, and a name thought dead. It wasn't the Iron Throne I sought, it was something greater. In the shadow of death, I found life, and the crown of ashes began to rise. My journey was not merely about vengeance or reclaiming a title. It was about transformation, a metamorphosis that rippled through the hearts of those who had once feared me. I had listened to the flames, and they had whispered secrets of power, of a world reborn through fire and blood. I became a vessel of something more profound, a force of nature churning with purpose. Every night, the dreams intensified, a tapestry woven with the threads of destiny. I saw my dragons soaring above mountains of ice, casting shadows over the land, heralding a new era. The winds of change began to swirl around me, whispering promises of a brighter future, one where the ashes of the past could give way to a new beginning. The Red Priestess was my guide, her presence steady and unwavering. She taught me the old ways, the rituals of fire that echoed the chants of my ancestors. Together, we honored the flames, each spark a reminder of the power that simmered just beneath the surface, waiting for the moment to erupt. You are the dragon, Daenerys, she would say, her voice a soothing balm over my restless spirit. We traveled through desolate lands, each step a journey into the unknown. The world around us was scarred, but beneath that surface lay the potential for rebirth. I could feel it in my bones. Each day brought new revelations, new allies, and whispers of my name echoing in the dark corners of taverns and marketplaces. They spoke of the Dragon Queen, the one who had walked through flames and emerged anew. As I embraced this newfound strength, I realized the true power of fire lay not just in destruction, but in creation. I sought to reshape the world, one where love and loyalty triumphed over betrayal, where my dragons could soar free, and the people of Westeros could rise alongside me, united in purpose. With every passing day, the crown upon my head became less about dominion and more about responsibility. I wasn't merely claiming a throne, I was forging a new path for a fractured realm. The lords and ladies of Westeros may have thought me a ghost of the past, but I was the harbinger of a future they could scarcely imagine. Through the shadows, I began to rally those who had once stood with me. A sense of nostalgia gripped my heart as I recalled the loyal souls who had fought by my side. I sought out the remnants of my old court, the ones who believed in a vision of a united world. They had seen my fall, now it was time for them to witness my rise. Together, I told them, we shall forge a new destiny. The iron chains of the past will not bind us. We will rewrite the narrative of our lives and the lives of those who come after us. I could feel the fire igniting within them, rekindling the belief that had once burned so bright. As my whispers turned into a clarion call, the lords of Westeros began to stir, their fear mounting like an approaching storm. They believed me to be a wraith, a fading memory, but I was all too real. Each day the stories spread further, and I could feel the tides shifting. The crown of ashes was not merely a title, it was a promise of redemption and renewal. The night fell heavy with anticipation as I stood upon a cliff overlooking the sea. The waves crashed below, echoing my heartbeat. I could not turn back. The world awaited my return with bated breath. I felt the weight of destiny upon my shoulders, but I was not alone. My dragons were with me, their fiery spirits intertwined with my own. We would rise together, stronger than before, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And so it began, the march toward destiny, not with swords drawn, but with visions ignited. My eyes no longer wept for what was lost. They burned with purpose, a fierce determination to reclaim not just a throne, but the very essence of life itself. The crown of ashes rose in the distance, a symbol of a new dawn breaking over the horizon. As the moon cast its silver glow upon the land, I whispered a promise to the night. This is not the end. It is merely the beginning. In the flickering shadows, I stood ready to embrace my fate, a dragon reborn, set to reclaim a world that had long forgotten my fire. If this tale of resurrection haunts you as much as it haunts me, subscribe to uncover the next chapter of the Mother of Dragons' Psaros journey. In the heart of ashes, I found life and the promise of a future where the flames of my past would light the path to glory. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden hues across the land, I felt a surge of energy pulse through me. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope could take root in the unlikeliest of places. My journey would not be solitary. I was destined to gather those who believed in the light, those who would rise with me from the ashes of despair. Each step forward was a declaration of intent, a promise that the past would not dictate our future. I could feel the whispers of the people, their eagerness tinged with uncertainty. They had seen my fall, but now they would witness my rise. I envisioned a realm where love and loyalty triumphed over betrayal, where the dreams of my ancestors could shape the reality of tomorrow. The Red Priestess guided me deeper into the heart of magic, teaching me the old words that would call forth the fire within. With each incantation, I felt the power growing, a warmth that spread through my veins like wildfire. I would not just be Daenerys Targaryen, I would be the embodiment of rebirth itself. As we traveled, the true essence of my dragons began to manifest. The silver-scaled creature that had hatched from molten stone was an extension of my soul, a symbol of the bond we now shared. I named her Verith, the embodiment of the untamed spirit that had once threatened to consume me. Together, we flew above the ruins of my past, surveying the remnants of what was once a proud kingdom. The lands below told a story of struggle, of families torn apart by war and despair. But there was also a flicker of resilience, a determination that sparkled like the stars above. I could see them, the remnants of my followers, those who had believed in a world reborn. They were gathering, a silent army of hope converging in the shadows, waiting for the moment to rise with me. As I circled the skies on Verith, I felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. Each flap of her wings sent ripples through the atmosphere, a reminder to those below that the Mother of Dragons was not finished yet. I could hear the whispers of my name, spoken in hushed tones, and I knew that I was no longer a ghost haunting the halls of power. I was a force to be reckoned with, a flame igniting in the darkness. With every town we passed, stories of my awakening spread. People began to speak of me not as a fallen queen, but as a beacon of hope. "She has returned," they said. "The Dragon Queen rises again." It filled me with a sense of urgency, a need to act, to reclaim what was rightfully mine, not just a throne, but the love and loyalty of my people. In the days that followed, I held secret gatherings under the cover of night. Those who had once stood at my side returned. Drawn by the call of destiny, each face shared stories of loss, of grief, but also of resilience. Together, we forged a plan, whispering hopes and dreams as the stars twinkled above. "We will retake the Iron Throne," I told them, my voice steady and filled with conviction. "But not for power alone. We will create a realm where all are free, where the fire of our spirits will light the way for generations to come." I felt their energy mingling with mine, a collective force that shimmered in the air like the flames of a fire long kept hidden. We trained in secret, honing our skills, preparing for the days when we would rise together. My dragons soared above us, a reminder of the strength we wielded, both in spirit and in flame. As the days turned to weeks, my resolve strengthened. I was not just reclaiming a throne, I was reclaiming my identity. The memories of betrayal faded with each passing day, replaced by a fierce determination to create a legacy that would transcend the ashes of my past. The Iron Throne would be the centerpiece of my new realm, not a mere seat of power, but a symbol of unity and hope. In the quiet moments, I would gaze into the flames, allowing them to speak to me, to guide me on this path. The whispers of my ancestors echoed in my mind, urging me to embrace my destiny fully. "You are the fire," they would say. "You are Azor Ahai. Rise and fulfill the prophecy." With each passing day, we grew stronger. The banners of my family began to unfurl once more, fluttering proudly in the wind. I felt like a storm gathering strength, ready to unleash fury upon those who had wronged us. The news of my resurgence rippled across the land, stirring both fear and excitement in those who heard it. But I knew that the path ahead would not be without challenges. The lords of Westeros were not mere pawns, they were players in a game of power and deceit. They would not take my return lightly. I had witnessed their treachery firsthand. Yet it was this very treachery that fueled my resolve. Deep in my heart, I understood that to reclaim the Iron Throne was to confront the demons of my past. Each lord would test my strength, each battle would demand a price, but I was prepared to pay it. In the heart of the storm, I discovered a newfound clarity. I would not be merely a player in their game. I would rewrite the rules. As the time to act drew near, I stood atop the highest cliff, overlooking the land where my dreams would come to fruition. I could feel the wind swirling around me, embracing me like an old friend. Verith circled above, a shadow against the sun, a constant reminder that I was never alone. Together we would rise, stronger than ever, and reclaim what had been lost. And so I invite you to join me on this journey. If you believe in the flames of rebirth, in the power of the Mother of Dragons, then subscribe and walk this path with me. The Crown of Ashes is not merely a tale of loss. It is a testament to resilience, a promise that from the ashes, something beautiful can emerge. Together, we will witness the rise of a new era, one where hope and fire blend into a tapestry of destiny. In the heart of this journey lies the essence of who I am, the fire in my soul that cannot be quenched. Join me and let us light the way through the darkness, igniting the flames of a new beginning that will echo through time. The world awaits, and together we will shape its destiny.